Who wants to be a millionaire? We've got probably the number one secret of millionaires, particularly in property, we're going to talk about. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
The C word.
The C word.
I was always told to never say the C word. It was the worst of the bad words until the Millionaires told me the other C word. Yeah, I found a new C word.
So Billy Bob, tell us your understanding of what we're talking about today.
Can I give the C word away? Or is it too early?
Sure. I guess it needs a lot of explanation as well. So the words are not going to give it away, but there's magic in where it's applied. Tell us.
Yeah. Well, let me get you the definition. Compounding. Compounding is a process whereby interest is credited to an existing principal amount, as well as the interest already paid. Compounding thus can be constructed as interest on interest, the effect of which is to magnify returns on to interest over time. So the so-called compounding of interest, miracle of compounding. There you go.
That was so nerdy. That was so nerdy. But this thing can bite, and this thing can grow like you cannot believe. Compounding is an animal. We're going to explain it. It's a beautiful animal if it's working for you. It's a terrible animal if it's working against you.
Yeah, and we're not just talking about real estate here. I guess you can apply this to everything you do. Good habits, everything. It just makes such a world of difference. Just those small things add up. And before we jump into real estate talk, the example I got given a couple of years ago was: would you rather a penny that doubles every day for a month, or $1 million?
Not for a month. A penny that doubles every day, full stop.
No, for a month. Or $1 million. You would think that a penny that doubles every day for a month could be nowhere near $1 million. At day 20, I think a penny that doubles every day for 20 days is about $5,000. But at day 31, at the end of the month, it's worth $5.3 million. Go and check it.
No.
Yeah.
That is a perfect example of compounding. Now, I have to say, fabulously successful people by way of property ownership in our business have compounding absolutely mastered. And I would attribute to compounding as the number one thing that creates wealth of people that we know in the real estate business world. So that compounding aspect is the one fundamental thing that makes people grow. Now, Billy, can you say that again? I think that was bloody awesome.
So I got asked the question about a year or two ago: would you rather a penny that doubles every day for a month, or $1 million ready to go? If you do the numbers, and I've actually got it in front of me here. If you do the numbers, a penny that doubles every day for a month, at day 10, it's at $5.12. At day 15, it's $163.84. At day 20, it's $5,242.88. But at day 30, a penny that is doubled every day for a month is worth $5,368,709.12.
Because it's compounding upon itself. So every time it grows bigger, it compounds upon itself and grows bigger again and compounds upon itself. So when you relate that back to rent, when you relate that back to property value, It's compounding upon itself. So we all talk about property values going up 7% a year or 10% a year, but it's
Yep.
compounding upon itself. That is why it is such a monster. Compounding is the number one fundamental thing for growth of the wealthy that we see in the real estate world. And to give you an idea how it bites, an innocent one that nobody works out is rents for commercial properties. So if you have a commercial property rented for $100,000 a year,
Yep.
if your rent is going up 4% a year, in
Is
the
that
first
normal?
year, it's normal. If in the first year it is, Billy?
100. Your 100K goes
Yep.
to 104.
Yep. Now, you ready for the kicker? The second year, are we adding 4K on top because it's 4%? No.
Yes, it's
We-
4% on 104.
Yep. So it compounds upon itself. This creates a curve. Instead of the curve looking like that, the curve becomes exponential upwards because of the compounding nature of compounding.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I think you can start to get into the heads of sometimes the commercial landlords that are happy to leave their properties vacant for the right tenant to move in with a long lease. With the right terms, there's a return on investment versus just
They'll
a
make
gradual increase.
spot on. They'll make it up. I had I was talking to an advanced landlord last night, and it was all about the quality of the tenant. It was all about the length of the tenancy. It was nothing about how much rent free. And it was all about the percentage of how much that rent was going to go up. He recognised that if it was not a 3 or 4%, but it was more a 5, 4, 5, 6%, that there was a lot of money to be made in the long term due to compounding of that rental amount. So it's very, very interesting, and it's the old adage about playing the long game. When you're in the compounding business of property ownership or rental growth or in the banking world, and you apply compounding, it is a staggering thing to do. So that's all, commercial bankers and interest rates and stuff like that. That's how these guys roll. But not many people actually have the acumen or care to have the acumen to actually work out what that looks like 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the track.
And give it time. It's not a plant that's going to grow overnight. It's like you got to grow it sort of from a seed. But I guess that penny example is a testament to say that whether it's your first property, 500,000, family home, $2 million, if you sit on it long enough, with a good average, there's great wealth to be made.
Absolutely. Now, if you can, guys and girls, best thing you can watch out of this is Becoming Warren Buffett. Google the trailer, Becoming Warren Buffett, and watch the trailer. It is the fundamental number one way that one of the richest men in the world talks about his wealth, compounding. 2, if you want to play with some innocent figures on compounding, Billy, have you got the SMS there that I just sent with that website?
I can get it for you. Yep.
So, guys and girls, if you go to this website, and often as a real estate agent, I get mum and dad putting their child in front of me, their man child in front of me. Little Johnny, who's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 26, and they say, we want help for little Johnny to buy a property. I always rip out this calculator and I always throw in this number. So can we put that in the comments there, Billy Bob?
Yeah. Which one's your favorite, or just any of them?
Did you get a link from Compound Interest Calculator?
No, I didn't, but there is quite a few of them, and I'll grab one that's at the top.
Oh, why didn't you get a link? Hang on a sec.
I got one from the US government a minute ago.
I've done a lot of research on this one. This is the best one. It's just
Okay.
easy. How do I send it to you?
Send it to me. Send it to my phone. SMS. I'll get it up.
Okay, it's over to you. So, guys and girls, have a look if you want to do some fun math on compound interest. Put in $20 a week. Put in that you're going to start paying that at 18. Put in that you're going to pay that till you're 68, and put in an interest rate of, well, if you put it into the bank, it's 5.5% compounding on itself. Or if you put it into property, the capital plus the rent, it's probably going to be more like 12% capital growth and yield. So if you put in 12%, pretending that money was in property, for example, actually don't know, just put 7% in there and watch the amount of money you'll have at the end of it. Or put your cup of coffee in there. Put your $4.50 cup of coffee in there 5 days a week, which is $25, and do it over your lifetime of work at 7 or 5%. You will be floored how that compounds. It's a beast.
There you go.
Oh, that's so
There's
cool. Money Geek compound interest rate calculator. Do it. There's a show.
That's the show. That's a great show. Becoming Warren Buffett. Go watch it.
Becoming Warren Buffett. Thanks, Billy Bob. Cheers. Bye, everyone.